This video we will make introduction how to do the torus calibration. Because you know, for the cutters changing, sanding bed changing, maybe it's necessary to redo the torus calibration. Because especially for this machine, it's disassembly for shipment. After the user receives the machine and reinstall this part, maybe the cutters have some little difference. It will need to do the torus calibration. Okay, now we will show how to do it. Firstly, we will start the CNC software and make all of the axes to go back to the reference place. Okay, this button for the reference place button. After we press it, the machines will go back to the reference place for the each spindles and the table. Okay. After let the machine go back to the reference place, we can use this control box and control each spindles to get the torus calibration exercise and from the CNC software, and we input this data to the torus information in the CAM software. Okay, now firstly we select the axis we want. For the table, X is the table, we will feed it, okay? And we can select the slow feeding rate, okay? Okay, maybe I will shoot here, it will be clear for you to understand easier. Okay, we can control the buttons on the control box that feed the head. Okay, now we just get this face for the first cutter. This face to against the table eye. This face. Okay, means this edge under the cutter. Okay, for the cutter the highest point. Okay, we get the highest point. And for this cutter and against the table edge, let them to at the same level. Okay. Okay. Now we can stop here and get the axis data from the CNC software. Okay. Now for the Y, we can get the data is 23.94. Okay. We will go back to the CAM software. The torus information. Okay, now we check this cutter. Yes, we select computer mode. Okay, we can get first the Y data and change this number. Okay, for the second one, it will be calculated by this number plus the torus diameter. Because our torus diameter is 130, so the torus diameter plus this number to get this one. Okay. Next step, we get this data. Okay. Okay. Now we still use the control box that feed manually. Okay. Slow. We can use a slow speed and select the table. Okay. We feed it forward and backward by the two buttons. Okay. We can check the face. Okay. Here is stop. Maybe I can check here. Okay, we can check. Yeah, for this edge, table edge, and okay, for this cutter. Okay, to let both at the same level. This cutter and this table edge to at the same level, and we stop here and get the data from the CNC software. Okay, this one. Yeah, for the X is 898. Okay, we know this number and go back to the CAM software. Yes, we can change the data here. Then we press OK. Then we finish the first cutter torus calibration. Next one, we can do the other step by step. Next one, I want to show a sanding belt. Okay. Okay, after the first cutter calibration, we will do a real production. For example, we can prepare a program and make a straight face milling. For example, in the drawing, maybe I want to milling a face from here to here will be 190. Okay, the drawing says is distance is 190 millimeter. After we do the real production by the cutter, we will measure it. Okay. After we measure it, if the produced product the distance is smaller or bigger than the drawing size, we need to correct here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We need correct here. Yeah. For example, our drawing distance is 190. If the product real size is 180, so there is 10 millimeter difference. So we need add 10 millimeter here and also add 10 millimeter for this one. Okay. So that is a method. You can do it. You can make a try and do it. Okay. Okay. Now we will make introduction how to do the calibration for the standing belt. For the standing belt, when we do this one, we need it will be a little complicated. We cannot use a standing belt to do the calibration. We have to use a hard cutter. Okay, we need to change the spiral cutter onto this window and do the first calibration like the first cutter. Okay, after corrected and calibrated, all sizes is okay. We can change back the sanding roller and sanding belt. Now is correct. Okay, so this is a method how to do the calibration for the cutters and the sanding belt. Okay, please remember for the sanding belt calibration cannot do directly by the sanding belt. We need to change the spiral cutter onto the spindle and do the first calibration by the spiral cutter. After get the correct data for the tools, we can change back the rubber rollers and sanding belt. Okay.